Howard Stern Show.
When your marriage goes south, was that a really huge defeat in your life? Because that's your first real personal setback, right? I mean, you've never had one before. Divorce is probably devastating to you because you're used to such success.
Well, I had personal setbacks, but this was without any doubt the biggest setback and the biggest failure, without any doubt.
It's the worst.
And not only failure, but I mean, where you really feel like I'm to blame for it. It was me that screwed up, and you can't point the finger at anyone else. And so, yeah, I was disappointed at it. And but it's always easy to be smart in hindsight. So the thing was, how do you now make the best of that situation?
How do you do that? Did you go to me, when I got my divorce, I had to go to a psychiatrist. I went because I knew things were falling apart. And I said, maybe if I work on myself, something I can change, Did you seek out therapy or anything like that, any kind of personal help?
Yes, we did, Maria and I. And it was the biggest mistake I've ever made.
Oh,
really?
Because that guy was so full of shit. I have to tell you, he said more crap and more nonsense that was absolutely, totally counterproductive to our future relationship or to any hope to get together or anything like that. I mean, it was just nonsense talk, and it was the biggest mistake. Maria talked me into it. I went. And I felt instinctively maybe I shouldn't go because I know I screwed up. I don't have to go to anyone to have him explain to me anything. I apologized to Maria, apologized to the kids, and I tried to then move forward and say, how do we make the best of it? How can I stay friends with Maria so we can raise the family together, even though she moves out, and I understand all that.
Right.
And how do how do I have a really good relationship with the kids? And how do I make them still respect me, even though I screwed up in this thing, but they respect me for other things that I've accomplished and done for them or for the family. And, it has worked out really so well with the help of Maria, with the help of the kids, but not because of that shrink or because of some psychiatrist. I think that people should get help when they need help. I'm not against that, but in my particular case, it was not helpful.
Sheer incompetence, you say?
It didn't help us.
Wow. To me, the hardest part of divorce is the kids, because I was going to say to you, it's like you almost have to go on a campaign to remind them that, okay, I screwed up, but I'm still your father and I still love you, and there's still that whole thing there. But kids can use that against you and turn on you.
Yeah, but I tell you, my kids are a straight 10. I am so proud of them. And I'm so in love with them. I love my kids so much because when I was just now in Germany, in Berlin, for the world premiere of Terminator Genesis, I walk into the room, I see the room full with balloons, and I check out who it is. I thought it was for the premiere or some congratulation note or something. No, it was from the kids, from all 4 kids, and from my wife. There was a note,
Wow.
You're the greatest dad, you're the greatest man, you're the greatest this, you're the greatest that, we love you, Daddy, and all this kind of stuff. So it made me feel really so good, Each one sent a card, each one sent a little gift, and often. So that's the relationship I was really looking forward to, that we have after this complicated bump and after this screw-up. And that's exactly the relationship we have.
How do you pull that off as a father? I bet you there's a million guys out there who are going through divorce right now, and their kids are busting their balls, so to speak. How do you pull that off? How do you say to your kids, please, let's not destroy everything here? How do you do that?
I never had to say that. I had a lot of conversations with them, but I think the only way it happens is if all of you work together. And so my wife was helpful, the kids were helpful, and people around us were helpful, and so I tried to be as helpful as I can with the whole thing. So I'm one of the fortunate ones.
You are.
That we have really great kids.
That moves me almost to tears, because that is unbelievably loving, right?
It is fantastic. But including my 5th child, with Mildred, it was there was he's terrific, and he totally understands the situation and all that. So it all has worked out really well.
It's a tough situation for him.
It's a very tough situation for him. It's a very tough situation for my kids.
Right.
A very tough situation for my family. It's tough for everybody, but it has happened, and now we have to kind of try to figure it out, right?
The Howard Stern Show.